When you look at this report, there's a lot of blame to go around, but according to the investigators, the lion's share goes to the Assad regime. They say that the Assad regime has committed 33 cases of war crimes, which includes more than 24 uses of chemical weapons attack, which you were talking about, the most horrific, the most shocking one happening in the rebel-held province of Idlib in the town of Khan Shaykhun. Like you said, more than 80 people died, including dozens of women and children. Back on April the 4th, sarin gas is still believed to be the main agent, the main chemical used in this attack. This is an extremely dangerous, it's an extremely toxic chemical. Experts say that it's 20 times more deadly than cyanide. Not only is it dangerous, but it's also very difficult to detect because it's odorless, it's tasteless, and it evaporates very quickly into the air, making it a very potent chemical weapon. But going back to this report, it wasn't the Assad regime that was the only party to blame. There were other rebel groups like Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, as well as the terror group Daesh, who were being blamed for committing war crimes with indiscriminate killings of innocent people, as well as with Daesh's suicide bombings. Also, the U.S. was also part in these alleged acts. They say that the U.S. did not take the necessary precautions when it attacked a mosque, the Al-Jinnah Mosque in Aleppo, that led to the killing of 38 people. It said it did not take the necessary precautions. So a lot of blame to go around, but the lion's share goes to the Assad regime in this report released by the United Nations.
Okay, particularly in the events of Khan Shaykhun. But Alican, tell us what process ensues next to actually use this evidence to hold someone accountable for war crimes.
Well, that is the question, isn't it, Andrea? But it looks like the findings of this United Nations report will not likely lead to anything in terms of the United Nations, because some of the parties that are involved in this report, like the United States, like Russia, are also members that sit on the United Nations Security Council, which means they have any veto power in terms of investigation moving forward. But there is an independent mechanism that was set up that will work closely with the United Nations. That's headed by Catherine Markey-Uhel. She actually held her first press briefing yesterday on Tuesday. She was newly appointed and says that one of her short-term priorities is to grow the team size in terms of recruitment so they can gather up all the information. And one of the longer-term goals is to actually prosecute some of the people responsible in these attacks. So the United Nations directly perhaps no, but some of these independent bodies could lead to some prosecutions.